So I'll film this for a friend of mine. She can't see, but she does like when I read her stories. So you're going to live vicariously through her or something really cool like that. Right now, I don't have the words there. I'm focused on the story. What am I doing? Oh, right. Okay. This is about Pop again. And, yeah, just, okay. Ready? Cranberry beans and Christmas in a warm heart. On a Friday night during a commercial break between the Dukes of Hazzard and Dallas, Pop got up off the couch, sit up, scoot to the edge, stand up with trademark groan, shuffle of feet for balance, and another groan to grow on. And he looked outside. I think it's Christmas tonight, Hoss. Pop walked into the den, and I heard the click of the porch light switch. The August summer night was suddenly illuminated with red, blue, and green lights. I walked up and stood beside Pop as he gazed out at the new holiday. I wondered why the Christmas lights were still up and just how long had they been like that. We had never put them up, so they had to be there before I came back home. With a serious face, he went back to the couch and the television as the theme of Dallas began. Some of the bulbs are burned out, Hoss. Can you change them? Laughing, I went to the garage like he asked and rummaged around until I found the spare bulbs and went to replace them. I had been back home long enough that I did not question his oddity that only made sense to him, and I was no longer embarrassed. Sometimes it was quite fun to see where he was going with it. Most people who leave their Christmas lights up year-round really don't care if they work or not. They are just too lazy to do it. As I changed those, don't get me laughing. As I changed those bulbs, I thought about it. I tried to put myself in Pop's head. Then it hit me. It wasn't about the lights. Not really. It was a memory of better times. Christmas is a time for family. Hopefully for good memories and good times. Many times Pop was drunk for Christmas and didn't remember the chaos and drama he caused. I know that hurt him deep down in his heart. Perhaps this was Pop's way of trying to make up for that. Doing this bizarre task really made me smile. Maybe Pop looked over from his spot on the couch, saw me sitting there, and maybe I looked sad. That happened a lot. He saw my face and he knew I needed something to distract me, and that is why he did it. As usual, it really didn't make sense, damn it, but it was kinda cool. This became one of his new rituals. Christmas when he thought it should be Christmas. Soon it was neighborhood garden time. Pop's garden took up half a block and flourished every year. Flourished so well that he and I could just not keep up with it. The cranberry beans were ready to be picked for the fifth time, and at this point, Pop preferred to pull up the entire plant, put them in the back of the station wagon, and sit in the yard and shuck them. The neighborhood always came over and helped. A red bean among the white ones was considered gold, and each person kept their red ones in a bowl by their chair. The one with the most reds won. The prize decided by Pop. One year it was a bottle of Old Spice, and next it was a bowl of Buckeyes. The year after that it was a coonskin cap he bought from Buck Redeker. Another story for another time. Pop sat on the tractor waiting for me to fill the wagon up. He lit a Raleigh, looked up at the sky, took a deep drag, and nodded in approval. Yep, just as I thought. Hoss, run up to the house and turn the porch lights on. It's Christmas. I did as he said, then returned to finish the row of beans. That night, we all sat around the pile of beans playing the red game. The kids trying to stay in their seats instead of wanting to go play. The adults doing what adults do when they get in a group. Talk about different and better times. The first wonder of Christmas was Thelma Hood came out of her house, slowly crossed the street, and told me to go over and bring the box over sitting by her door. Thelma was 80 to 100 years old. I never knew her age. Her husband had owned the local gas station and car dealership and had made it a nice home for him and his family. So Thelma really didn't have to work, but for years she had a beauty parlor in her basement. Her clientele were women about 100 to 1,000 years old. All of them had white hair when they walked into Thelma's house. 2 hours later, they would leave with hair as blue as a spring sky. My Uncle Robin once told me there was a ghost in the basement. Whenever the ladies saw that their hair turned blue from fright, for the longest time I believed him and wouldn't go in her basement. Eventually, she was too old to turn hair blue and spent her time enjoying her TV shows. We hardly saw her. I came back with the box and Thelma told me to put it in the middle of the circle. Carvin, I missed the last Christmas, the one in August, but I was prepared for this one. Merry Christmas, everyone! Thelma was famous for her popcorn balls that she passed out on Halloween. Every kid went to her house first to make sure they got one, sometimes even changing costumes to get a second. It was the first thing you ate when you got home. The popcorn balls in the box were covered in red, green, and blue sugar that melted in your mouth. Christmas popcorn balls. We all thanked Thelma and asked her to stay, but with a wave of her hand, she returned to her house. Can't stay! Barnaby Jones is on. Pop smiled as he watched Thelma cross the street. He looked around at everyone eating their popcorn balls and reading their books and nodded in approval. Pop then went inside of our house and came out with a brown paper sack. He had that evil grin on his face, and I knew these kids were going to be doozies. For those of you that do not know about Raleigh cigarettes, let me take a second to explain the bizarre coupons that came with them. Each pack had a coupon with a half-penny worth in it. If you collected those coupons, you could order the Raleigh catalog and purchase almost anything from it. The catalog had everything in it. Pool tables, yard darts, remote control cars, you name it, the catalog had it. Did I mention that Pop was practically a chain smoker? Many of my birthday and Christmas presents came from that catalog. Pop dumped the brown paper bag in front of us, and stacks upon stacks of new poker cards and model airplane kits fell out of the bag. Merry Christmas, everyone! Dig in and get yourself some stimulation in flight. The look on all the parents' face was priceless, and every boy tried to grab a stack of nude poker cards, but had to settle for an airplane. Pop sat down in his chair and just smiled at the chaos he was causing. That would be the last special Christmas we would have, because soon after, Pop's health would fade and he would spend his time in the nursing homes. But I will never forget that day and all the laughter and happiness and pure chaos that we all shared together. And I am sharing it with you now as a way of saying, sometimes love is shared in ways we don't understand, but still shared from the heart. Now, please know that my grandfather was not a saint. He was far from it. The man had some really, really serious demons in him. Some of them were what life dealt him. Other demons he dealt to himself. I lived in the house and watched him deal with those demons every day. There were times when he really struggled with them. Stories for other hands for me to tell on the clock at a different time. He would remember times he did some serious damage to the family and it hurt. But Pop tried to make amends for his demons in the only eccentric way he knew how. He did the best he could. To me, he was a better man than his demons reflected. And for me, I am now dealing with my own demons, and I hope I'm reflecting the better part of him. You never stop trying to find yourself. The fact is, you are not going to find it. We are always going until we rest in our grave. But you have to keep trying. As always, this story is finding that music I always speak of. Finding it and smiling because it feels good when you do. It makes you want to sing a little louder, a little more confident, and even with some pride. And now in my own crazy way, I am following in my grandfather's footsteps. I am listening to that bizarre, odd music in me that I can only hear, but I'm singing it to others, hoping if, just for a second, they come along. Can you hear me singing? Can you turn my Christmas lights on, if just for this second? I need to edit that, but I just wanted to get it out.